Alright guys, today we're going to be doing something I cannot wait to do. The package just came in, and if y'all can guess what it is, pretty sure y'all have a good idea by the thumbnail and the title of this video, but the box is in and the snorkel's about to go on. I'm going to take this FOREMAN out and spray it off. After we get that done, unbox the package and start looking at how stuff's going to lay out. And I've also got another package coming in this week. It's the O2 sensor and the tilt delete sensor, so we're waiting on that to come in. Alright guys, like I said, we just got this thing cleaned up and it looks a lot better. So next, I'm going to open the Snorkel kit, and I'm really excited because it's supposed to be a really good kit and it's everything high lifter, so we're going to unbox it and I'll show that. Alright guys, we just opened it up, and as y'all can see, all sorts of stuff in here. Instructions, I guess. Pop, the tip, everything you ever need from what I'm looking at. So it does look like we've got everything we need, vent lines, everything's in here, it does appear to me. So that's great. We're gonna cut you into a time lapse. We're gonna start putting this thing together. All right, I'm just gonna update y'all real quick on what's going on, but we got the air box out. It took a little while, but because I'm not used to this setup, fuel injection and all that, but greased all the plugs, the spark plug and all these little sensors up here, the computers and all that crap. All that's electric greased and ready to go. So next I'm gonna take all these little seals off of this. It's on black gasket maker, or sealant, whatever, ultra black, and make better seals and clean all that off. All right guys, this is the next knot, and I just finished putting the airbox back together. Last night I sealed it and let it dry overnight, and I haven't had a good chance to get back working on it until this evening. So the progress so far is the airbox, there it is, all sealed up. So all we like now is running all the pops and the vent lines, so I'm gonna get to doing that. I think I can finish up most of that, maybe all of it this evening, and have it all drying for in the morning. If I don't finish it all, I can finish it tomorrow. But my O2 sensor and my tilt sensor is supposed to be in tomorrow, but if it doesn't come in, hopefully Saturday. But I'm planning on taking this thing in the creek by Saturday. But anyways, I'm gonna get back and start laying these pops. Alright guys, I've been working on it for a while, and I finally got to the point where I got everything lined up. I know it's gonna fit right, but the problem is I've lost my tool to drill the hole right here in the bracket, right there. So until I can find that tool, I'm gonna have to look for it. So until I can find it, I have to sit here, and I can't find it, so now I've looked all in the garage. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow evening and try to finish it. I'm gonna think about where it's at and try to find it. If not, I'll just borrow my granddad's. As y'all can see, I got it all lined up. I just got to drill the hole and make sure everything fits properly before I glue it, and then I'll put everything back together. Wait on them sensors to come in, and then we'll have it all ready to dry by this weekend. So yeah, I'll update y'all tomorrow. Alright guys, it's the next day, and as y'all can see, we got the bracket. We marked our hole. We're about to drill through there, so I might try and find a way to prop up my camera and record that. All we have left to do today is run the vent lines and glue the pieces together after we drill this hole, and we'll be basically done. So I'm gonna cut y'all to the video of me drilling this hole. As you can see, our sensors came in from AA Power Sports, so we're gonna put them on, and then we've also got some more electric greasing to do. I think there's like one or two things I want to make sure, but last night I went ahead and did around the screen. I broke it apart, and all we should have left is put on the sensors and the grease, everything else, and then past that, all we gotta do is go put it in the creek. I'm very excited, I cannot wait. Okay guys, as you can see, the tilt sensor has been deleted, and also the O2 sensor has been deleted. And the O2 plug is, as y'all can see, the O2 plug has the screw in it. The exhaust has the screw in it. The O2's been deleted. That wraps it up. I'm gonna put the plastics back together. I wanna make sure I didn't, before I put them back together, make sure I didn't miss electric grease and anything. And then we're gonna go show this thing off. All right, guys, we're back today. So basically, me and Avery came down here and rode yesterday, and he recorded and stuff. But somehow my GoPro didn't record. I think it was it was on time lapse or whatever, so I didn't get a good recording of it. So we'll come back here today and show y'all. It did really good yesterday in the water and stuff. It had a little bit of a leak, so I went home and tried to touch it up some in the places I think it might have leaked. Comment wherever y'all think it might be leaking at, if it's still leaking. I'm gonna put this tripod up and we're gonna get back there and ride in the mud. All right guys, we're gonna send it through here. I might need to put it in 4-wheel drive, you know. This rut has gotten so bad, it's better off just to get off and try and walk it. Dude, she eats. These little 28s are nothing for this thing. Just slow and steady. Said it did great yesterday. I hated that the whole video I had to do away with because none of it recorded right. We're gonna make up for it today. We'll come back through here. Pretty good in the mud. But yeah guys, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was leaking. I want to say it was leaking around where the air temperature sensor goes in the air box. The high lifter kit just says to put grease around it. I don't think that's enough because I mean it'll still wiggle around and stuff, so there's no way water don't get in right there. So I think it was leaking right there, and if you guys have FOREMANs, you know there's a secondary air box thing, whatever you want to call it. I think it was leaking around there. I put a little 2-inch PVC cap in there and sealed it, but I don't know if I had it sealed off well enough, so I went ahead and went back over the outside and the inside of it, and hopefully that was the problem. Also, if you guys have one of these newer Hondas and you know about the air boxes, comment what y'all did to seal it, because I'm not a big fan of dielectric grease, and I definitely don't really want to have to just seal it completely off in case I need to take it off for some reason, you know. So comment what y'all did. I think there's an O-ring you can buy for them. All right guys, we're going to cross the creek and then we're going to go over here and ride the pipeline mud hole. Yesterday the pipeline mud hole is very full. It's probably the fullest I think it's ever been. We've had another rainy week. I'm gonna set up the tripod down here. All right guys, we're about to go through the pipeline mud hole. That piece always falls off. Didn't do bad, that's the way she goes. It's pretty solid. Full snorkel test, so it'll idle underwater, everything else. I reckon we'll go back through there again. I'm gonna go through it in diff lock this time. Actually. Kind of hard to turn in diff lock. Dude, we're deep. It's my little boat, dude. My little Honda boat. Heck yeah, dude, she ran great. That's what I love about this thing so far. Like, it runs so good above and underwater. Like, for 300, it would run good, but I mean, a carburetor's just not gonna do the best from water. You just have everything perfect, which is hard to do. All right, guys, I'm gonna move the tripod and the four-wheeler over to that other hole over there. Comment a name for that hole over there whenever we get over there. I need to figure out a name for it. But yeah, this is my new boat, so pretty proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that hole's looking kind of nasty today, not gonna lie. That one looks nastier to be honest, but it ain't as deep as the other one. It might just be because I made a rut deeper in the other one, probably what it is. This one will probably get there soon. I swear I just heard a wood duck somewhere. Yeah guys, but like I was saying, y'all comment some names for this hole right here, because I haven't yet come up with one. The drop off at the end of this one's scary. Dang, it's hissing at me. Y'all hear that? But then this thing's just like, I'm so used to about going this speed, but this thing's just got so much more in it. Like the 300, this would be like most of its power. I can just pull up a little wheelie whenever I want to on this thing. I'm not used to that at all. It's so nice. Like I've said, like if any of you guys are wanting a Foreman or probably even a Rancher, like me personally, I've never driven a 420 Rancher, but I've heard that they're torquey. Like, if y'all are looking at something and you want more power, I definitely recommend a Foreman or a Rancher. If you want diff lock, go with the Foreman and want a little bit more power. Because this thing reminds me of my old 350 Rancher, but with just a lot more power. I'm gonna need diff lock right here. We can actually test out my diff lock. That one's spinning. There we go. Like that is so nice having that right there. I really don't understand why right there it's getting so mudded. Like that's like the muddiest place out of any of these places I ride. It's just that little area right there. Having diff lock like that is very nice. I also do know though, like your front brake can serve as a diff lock. I'm gonna try that out sometime. I guess I'll go back through there. Instead of turning on diff lock at the end, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna hold the front brake down and see what happens. Because I've never tried that before. See what happens. That drop off is so weird. I wish there's another way to come out of this hole. That way I could like leave like on this side or something. That way I could go both ways through. I'm gonna mess around and get rutted up. Better be careful. Probably just dug like a whole foot of mud right there. That's so cool, dude. Like I love that. The water wheelies on this thing is crazy. I don't understand why this mud right here is so bad. As far as I can tell right now, both tires are spinning. It was right here earlier. We'll try and get it not to spin. I couldn't really get it to do it. That actually does work though. It started digging in the front. Next time I get in a place like that, I'm gonna try and just use my front brake and see how it works. It sure is nice having a diff lock. And another huge thing about having this Foreman is like on the 300, it was all the time 4-wheel drive. Like right now, it sucks being in 4-wheel drive because like it's so much harder to steer and it makes the ride way more bumpy. But like on this thing, you can just like 4-wheel drive switch, so much nicer. I'd say that was a pretty good little Snorkel test on the Foreman. Go get my camera. But yeah, guys, overall, literally zero complaints out of this four-wheeler and out of the Snorkel kit. I don't think any of it's their fault for the leak. I'm pretty sure that's just me being an idiot. In some places where I just sit and seal it off right, even though I'm like almost 100% sure I did it right. But anyways, I'm gonna go home and seal it. But like I said, I'm 100% pleased with this four-wheeler and the Snorkel kit so far. Like literally 100% pleased. I'm gonna put it in 4-wheel drive. If y'all have noticed, the water came up over the creek, over the bank, and it's literally caused like a mud and sand on top of the bank, and it's like I don't want to rut it up climbing out. This is my only way across the creek, so little proof it'll idle underwater. Taking two-wheel drive. I guess I'm gonna head home, but stay tuned though. I'm gonna start, like I said, I've been doing better. I've been posting almost every 2 times a week. I'm gonna get serious about it. Also, I've got a new truck video coming out this next week, and also I've been working behind the house on a surprise for y'all. Y'all find out about that one in a few videos from now. But just like, comment, subscribe, and comment what y'all think about the new Snorkel, and also the name. I should name that mud hole. Comment what all you want to see done to this Foreman, because this is just the very beginning. This is like phase 1. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.